Happy Friday, everybody listening. It is another episode of the Other Team Podcast. Pretty excited. I actually feel like that went pretty well. I was saying I'm about to do a new intro. Could get a little dicey here. I went Bruce Buffer one time.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, happy days.
Back to my comfortability zone, and I said I'm gonna switch it up today. Weekend day. You know, Clippers switch everything on defense. I might as well switch up my intros. You know what I'm saying? Jesus Christ.
That ain't been working.
It is a Friday, June 4th. We are now into June. Jacob Handy, as always, alongside Terrence Scott and my same face brother, Zach Handy.
You guys are twins? Whoa.
You know, he's just blessed to look like me. He's a pretty blessed guy. I won't lie. He's pretty lucky.
That's the fat version of Jake.
This is some weird like lab shit, and that was just a clone.
Zach ate all the pizza, and I just got the crust. I don't know. That's how that happened. I don't know what happened. But man, I think we're just gonna get really into a lot of NBA today before we really dive into it.
We have to.
I feel you, Zach. It is. I will say before we start getting into specific games, I want to say this: probably the most exciting first round. I mean, in a decade at least, because
it feels that way, huh?
I mean, the whole Warriors Cavs.
I don't know about that, but
the whole Warriors Cavs saga, I felt like we just kept waiting for the finals, right? Like regular season was bland, playoffs but we all kind of just kept waiting for the rematch, and it's like this year, it's like, I mean, how many times did all these games go to game 6 and possibly now 7
in the Western Conference? A lot.
I mean, it's crazy. It's been really good. I don't know. Maybe it's just I'm excited, but I feel like they have been so good.
Yeah, I also feel like that's like a little just thinking of today's time, but
right.
It has been really good. I can't argue that.
Like the first round. Usually we get stuff like this.
The two champions went home in the same round.
The
reigning champs and the Eastern Conference champs both went home. But we'll get into why I think they went home.
I think the Western Conference has kind of just showed the gauntlet it really is. I mean, you have the 2-7 matchup with the Lakers, go 6, Lakers down in 6. Our matchup that we'll get into, Blazers matchup went 6 with a double overtime 50 bomb thriller. You know, like outside of the Utah series, the Western Conference has just been brutal.
Which Memphis won game 1 even and made that interesting.
Yeah, and I mean Memphis was in a lot of those games. Those weren't the worst games to watch. They fought.
Memphis is a team to watch.
I mean, I think the Western Conference has just shown it is a freaking gauntlet.
I think the season showed that
both LA teams enough.
It wasn't enough rest, but they had to.
Tons of injuries.
It's no way you could keep the season at that, like pushing it back to where they'll compete with other sports and so forth. So they had to bite the bullet this year, but it sucked because a lot of guys got hurt, and obviously stars aren't even advancing in rounds that they never even lose in.
Yeah. So honestly, we're just gonna jump right into that. Lakers go home. Kind of crazy. Like obviously, I was rooting for it. Didn't really think it happened. Like I was praying. You know, I always say the joke, "Oh, you're praying on it." I was praying on it.
Using your voodoo room.
I was in the voodoo room with Serge praying on it, and I really didn't think it would actually happen, and I definitely didn't think it would happen in the manner that it did. Shout out Phoenix. I will say the mentality that Booker and like Chris Paul, like the way they go about it is infectious to the rest of that team. And I like that they were never once for a second scared or felt bullied in this series, which could happen with like a LeBron James championship team. And their whole mindset was like, we're better than you. And we know it, even though nobody else thinks it in the whole world going into this series. And, I mean, for me, it was awesome to watch. I loved it, obviously.
How about shout out our analyst here, Terrence Scott, when we did first round upsets, he said, is it okay if I, as a joke, I mean, like not like a half-hearted serious joke, is it okay if I say Suns over Lakers? Like it was a conversation, and like we all didn't really take it too seriously, but like we all said like, fuck yeah, we would accept that if you want to say that upset. So Terrence almost called it. You know, we thought about it. Definitely raised some eyebrows. Yeah,
I was a little scared.
I mean, how confident could we all get? It's like every time we really wanted to be like confident, like the Lakers are getting buried, we all were like, but man.
But that game was up 20 something, and I was like, they gonna come back.
Yeah. I kept thinking like, where's my super suit? That's all I kept hearing. I'm like,
all I watched that whole game, that whole series, and I kept telling y'all like, we've seen the man's whole career. I've never seen him have no lift like this.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I told you guys from the jump, I've never seen him get met at the rim like that, and it was all series. That's Bron's whole thing, is never getting met at the rim. Like, he's impossible to meet at the rim. Like, I don't think Father Time met him. I think he's literally gassed. Like, he needs to go sit in Cabo and Cancun and put his feet up, or Toon Island, or whatever the hell he's trying to do. Like, dude, you need rest. I don't think Father Time will catch you eventually, and it may have had a part of it, but it was just multiple plays of like him getting ripped, losing the ball, falling on the ground, just laying on the ground,
settling hard for jumpers.
He settled all season. I mean, all series. And shit, he settled damn near all season. Like, this dude shoots so many threes now for a guy that, if he's gonna settle it, if that is who he is now, that's a whole different topic, and that's scary for him, because he's not gonna be the same player at all anymore. But I don't think that's the case. I think because doesn't LeBron like lead in all athletes and like treatment for his body? So like that
he's like Tom Brady level.
Bro's on the Tom. I was about to say he's on the Tom Brady regimen. So where it's like he spends $500,000.
That process got accelerated, which nobody else is. That never happens really in any other sport. That never happens in the history of ever until we had this weird pandemic. So like it rushed his process, so it got him just out of sync in a sense. And it happened for a lot of stars. So it's not just for LeBron. Like, this is an excuse just for LeBron. It happened to a lot of different players, but it hurts more for somebody who is a star at 36 years old.
Yeah. And
enjoy Cancun, my guy.
Absolutely. And I know
save a spot. Might be there. Might be there, tonight. Save me a spot.
That one's going to hurt if the Clippers go there, because that's got a different story. Because they don't have that same excuse. You don't have anybody on your team that looks. You don't look healthy. You're healthy. You don't look tired. You just got Luka.
We're getting beat. Yeah, we're just getting
hashtag beat, Luka. Yeah, you just getting beat.
A lot of layers to this Lakers thing. Zach, go ahead.
I mean, I do want to spend time on Lakers, but like, first off, super congrats to the Suns. Like Jake said, like phenomenal. They earned it. Chris Paul, like straight warrior mentality, which like really brings the spot all our faces. Dude gets fucking roasted with a nerve shoulder weird thing in 5 minutes into the first game, and he really gritted and grinded and battled throughout that whole series. Got as healthy as he could, and then Devin Booker, like, just channeling his inner Mamba to be as corny as everyone has been, but it's true.
I'm so tired of hearing that.
But like, I am too. I'm so tired of all the graphics, and that he was born on the same month, and then he went to the same coffee shop on this one day in July. I'm so sick of it. But it's like,
none of you niggas is the Mamba. Like, I'm gonna let you know right now.
Stop watering down. Stop watering down. Like, every time a player gets like focused in and has a good time, that's that Mamba shit.
And he has a back to the basket fucking jumper.
Like, dude, like, don't water it down. I mean, yes, it is, but it's also just like, that's the mentality of an athlete to be great.
Of a great athlete.
Yeah. Like,
the Mamba mentality is what we didn't get to see. Like, LeBron is great in his own way, but we didn't see him. Like, the Mamba mentality would have been him going out there no matter what, shooting 40 shots. Like,
going down with the shit, gunning.
Yeah, like, I'm gonna shoot these bullets out. Like, we gonna win and die by my hand. Like, that is Mamba shit. Like, we don't really know many players that do that anymore. Like,
but I mean, definitely shout out to Book. Like, wow, just
bro, like, from
really
the jump.
Hitting big shots. Yeah, from the jump. No, never scared of the moment. Never scared of that team on the other side. Like, really going at him. Going at him.
7 for 8 from 3 in the first half.
My question for you guys is, it's kind of like two questions. Is this whole Laker roster almost can be a free agency at that right now? Like, they could all go. Who's coming back? That's what I'm saying. Who's coming back, and who do you go? Like, who's out there to go get? They keep saying it like you're stuck with Anthony Davis, which I think isn't a problem.
They trade Anthony Davis. That would be the most shocking shit in the world.
Well, but when people keep saying like, well, you're stuck with them, it's like, look, if you can get him halfway healthy and you build a good enough team around him where you can afford to let him get the 20 games off, like, well, then you're in a good shape, because come playoff time, LeBron, Anthony Davis, and then another guy, you're looking okay. But it's like,
see, that's the thing though. LeBron needs the 20 games off. AD can't get
right. And well, you're gonna have to give them both. So it's like, how do they make the maneuver to get a young fucking guy in this league?
Gotta be a guard.
How do they make that move? What leeway do they have with their roster? To me, it just seems like they're about to be floating in limbo.
In my opinion, like 2 to 3 guys that could maybe land them the piece they're looking for. Depending on what people think Taylor Horton Tucker is,
And
he's restricted though. So I mean, I don't even know how much leverage. That's what I'm saying. How much leverage do you really have with that?
But that's the thing. Depending on what team wants to sign him, you can maybe try to get a sign and trade that way. But you're probably not going to get a star that way. I don't know, because Schroeder didn't work out what they thought he would be, which isn't a surprise. Like,
and you can't really sign and trade him because he's an unrestricted free agent.
He might just go.
He can just go unless I've seen the whole situation with him to get signed and traded. It would have to be to like a team that doesn't have a lot of cap room, but Schroeder agrees that he wants to go there. Then they can work something out like that. But that like hardly ever happens with because it's like, why would I go give you?
It's
Kuzma. Here's the thing.
It's Kuzma and Taylor Horton-Tucker.
What organization is jumping through loops to get Schroeder on their team right now after what they just saw?
Or Kuzma or THT. Maybe THT. Teams might.
The only way you can get something is you gotta package Kuzma and Taylor Horton-Tucker. But the problem is they have no picks. Like they also don't have any draft stock. That team they're in a shitty position. Not trying to tell you idiots.
It's definitely.
I'm not going to jump. I'm not going to jump too hard on that though. Like they got a championship, guys. They have a fucking championship.
And had a run towards it without.
I think they would have had more, in my opinion. I really do.
They could have. But I mean, you got the one, and
it's
you got
LA.
Yeah,
guys are coming no matter what. In my opinion, and I firmly believe this, and I'll die on this hill. AD was coming no matter what. They didn't need to trade for him.
If you want to just wait it out,
you should have waited the year. Bron, shut the fuck up. Like, I'm sorry, shut the fuck up. Look at you now. If you would have just shut the fuck up, we would have had all these young pieces, and we would have had AD.
Although I think a couple of them, you would have still ended up losing a couple.
You would have had BI and Lonzo.
Because you would have had
Randall,
you wouldn't have been right. Randall wouldn't have been able to. You wouldn't have been able to.
Randall wasn't there
at the same time. His contract would have been up, so he would have been out.
You may not even have Lonzo, but you could still have BI, which is what they fucking need.
Probably a Josh Hart, which was a good Josh Hart and KCP would have been good together.
As long as they had BI, the team would still be fine. Like literally,
it's easy to say like what ifs and stuff like that, but like the fact of the matter is they pulled the move and won a championship. So it's like I'm not gonna act like it was like a bad move. Like
it wasn't the worst move. I can agree with that, Zach.
It wasn't
at
the end of the day,
the move was proven to work. The other move we're saying we think would have, should have, could have. This move worked. Boom.
I can agree with that. I can agree with that for sure.
That's kind of LeBron shit though. Like he goes everywhere to win you one, and then you're kind of fucked after.
And then you're really scrambling to keep up and win more. And it's kind of it
personally that's why like I tried to say from the jump, like, yeah, you're gonna get your one, but then what are you gonna do after that? Like, you get one.
I'm okay with that.
I'm not. But that everybody wants their teams differently.
I will say this though. I mean, like you said, people are still going to come no matter what. So are you really?
I guess I'm Danny Ainge.
Are you really ever?
Do you want to be that?
Are you ever really fully? Are you ever really fully out of it if you're the Lakers? Because like Terrence said, no matter what, people are still going to end up coming to play for the Lakers and to play in LA.
LeBron was there.
So that's what I'm saying. Even now, after you made the trade and it does look dire, are they really ever out of it? Because it's like in any offseason,
they have no cap now.
But in any offseason, it does seem like the Lakers can somehow find a move to make to still put them kind of back in that race of championship competitiveness. I agree with Terrence in the sense of like, it probably would have been, you would have stayed more relevant longer. You're working way harder now. And I agree. I don't know how you're going to do it.
How you get Bradley Beal?
Right. I don't know.
You literally pulled a shotty out and tell Washington this is the only way you're going to trade him to me.
Like, it's like, unless you get Adam Silver on the phone to really pull some strings for you.
Because like, from a realistic basketball perspective, who the hell on that roster could obtain you somebody that's really
anything of value? Trez has no value right now. Schroeder no value. Kuzma has no value. Matthews, because I'm just going down the roster. Caruso has okay value. I mean, who really has value to get you somebody good? Like
Caruso,
but what organization?
THC and Kuzma. Those are
the
only guys.
And that's Caruso don't have value. You guys are tripping.
Nah, that dude, that's value. He plays winning basketball. I'm gonna stop hating on Charlie Brown.
He has value, but Terrence already actually said the nail in the coffin. He has value if I can attach like a first round pick to him, then he really has value. But they don't really have that. So it's like, come on, dude. Caruso's 26, 27. Like, I'm not trading to build up Caruso.
He's athletic Dellavedova. There's no value there. That's nothing. I can find another Caruso in the draft or somewhere else. Like,
he's valuable to a winner, but you're not gonna get him from a winner. Because like, okay. Could they get CJ McCollum? But it's like, why will Portland trade you? Like, I get CJ.
Why would Portland take that?
Portland should.
Who said that for years? I've been saying that.
But they
said blow that shit up.
But they need to do it not for Caruso, for the draft picks to get a new young guy going.
Not even just that. They need to go trade his ass to Philly.
Please do
And
that.
get Benny.
Please
Get Benny's.
skip in our
Interesting-
Tobias. I need
Interesting
that.
to say the least what's going to go on with that roster, because look how crazy we all just got with it. You know what I'm saying? We all were like,
Man.
fuck, fuck.
And it's all just trying to figure out how to keep the Lakers really competitive next year. And it's like,
You signed the deal with the devil in a sense, like, for lack of better words. Like, you got your one, but this is what happens. Like, you got your one, but you ain't gonna get shit else now. Like, I really believe that. Like, unless Brown can blow the dust off and AD can change his training regimen, like maybe or whatever. They're trying to allude to that last night on TNT. I don't know if that's even
stuff. Full
But yeah,
offseason stuff.
we
for them.
talked
They come
about
back
that.
in
Like,
rested finally into the next season. So I mean,
But also,
I'm not gonna put the nail in that whole thing that they got.
I don't
you
wanna
could
show
also
their-
factor in. Yeah, it's not that they won in a bubble, but they also got that rest.
oh, if it definitely
Like,
played a factor.
I don't want to
to
like. I'm not trying to hate on it, but the elephant in the room, low key, is that like, yeah, you guys won. Fuck that you won in the bubble. Like everybody, that's still playing basketball, but like, Braun was 35 last year, coming off of an injury again.
and you
That
got to
rest
rest
definitely
up AD,
helped.
And you
And
got to
AD
rest
got
up
the
AD.
help. Everybody else got the rest as well, so it's not like it was a hidden advantage. Everybody else was resting as well, but he definitely benefited from it.
Braun
So,
came into that bubble and really had like a lot of spark, a lot of juice.
He
jump,
was going.
lift. Right. He knew it was like, oh yeah,
Braun
for
was flying
60
up and down the
days,
courts.
let's get it.
He was like, "Hey, you style against these little kids? Oh, this is mine."
Before we advanced
Shout out to DeAndre Ayton though, because we didn't praise
over
him.
to
He had a
Texas, I was going to say
fantastic
last thoughts on this Suns and Lakers series.
season. And
Last
Michael
thoughts.
Bridges, he was knocking shit down as well. He played well.
Long
My
arm,
last-
bro. That guy's got the longest arms in the history of human beings,
So skinny
My-
out there guarding Braun.
bro.
My last thoughts are, I cannot believe in 2 seasons for one player and just this season for this other player, how much money they have lost. 2 seasons, Montrezl Harrell has lost a ton of money.
Yeah.
No coach
That's
trusts
such
him
a
in
good
the
point.
no coach trusts him in the postseason to play because he literally cannot defend. During the regular season, he will help your team. He'll energize you. He'll get you some wins because he is so effective offensively. He does give you that energy boost to your team. That'll get you wins in the regular season, and there's
Get it
something
for
to be
Reed,
said
dude.
for that. There's yeah,
Very good
exactly.
call.
He's getting it for Reed
He's a better Kenneth
with
Faried.
more skill offensively, but he's the same type of player.
Very good comp.
Secondly, in one season, I cannot believe how much money Dennis Schroeder has lost. He was looking for $80 million a year, and now we all
More.
just went around the table, or $80 million contract, or whatever it was.
He still has
we all-
value, but he's not
He
going
we
to
all
turned
just went
down
around the
80.
table.
He turned
We all
down
just,
80.
exactly thinking he was going to come here, get a championship, and really boost his
Didn't
stock.
Harold turn down money as well?
We all,
100%.
we all just went around the table and said neither of these guys have any value. We don't think that you can really get much for them. Like we
Harold
don't know
might
what their
have a
future
little
is.
value, but not a lot.
This like
2 years ago when Harold was kind of like walking into this peak, we were like, damn, this guy might be getting paid.
lastly, before we get off the Lakers, though, the way they do get a superstar is if the superstar wants to come to them. That's,
And then-
that's
and then it
Which
always
you
makes-
said always wants to happen. You
Always
said that.
happens.
Everyone always
like,
wants to go there.
If Dame, which I don't see that happening, I don't think
Dame
will
can't.
do
He
that.
shoveled. He hated on Paul George for leaving teams, and they had the whole beef. Dame got a rot in Oregon. I'm sorry, Dame. You can't come out there like you this hard ass OG, and you gonna sit there and live and die in Oakland.
Hey,
and now
it's
you
like-
mad again and dip. You better stay in Oregon, dog. Like
For a few more seasons, I guess. But we got to blow this shit up if I'm Dame, though. Trade these fools around me, though. Like,
you got. He said he wanted to live and die out there. Like he
that's
was that
fine,
guy,
but he
so
could blow his damn
figure it
roster
out.
up, though. Trade
Yeah,
CJ,
blow it up.
trade
Do whatever
Nurk,
you gotta
trade,
do. Yeah.
Trade all of it. I
Do
get
whatever you
I
gotta
guess.
do, but
I
don't
get
leave the
that.
team. Because that whole shit, you were acting
I
real
get
tough,
that.
dude. And I love you. I love you, Dame. I don't want to see
I
my
get
Dame
that.
either.
I get that.
So you stay there.
Regardless,
Steph, on
though,
the other
whatever
hand,
they-
if
if
Steph
Bill
wants
wants-
to leave, that's going to be crazy.
I would throw up.
I will absolutely throw up, and this podcast is
It would
over.
be a
'cause I don't
bummer.
wanna talk
It would
sports
be a
anymore.
bummer.
We all saw
What are
Braun
we
recruiting
doing
his ass
here?
at the All-Star break.
And,
Um,
and Steph should just be like, everybody recruits
I hope
me.
he does.
Like,
I hope he does.
you're just on my other recruit list. Like everybody wants me to play with them. Like,
All
get in
right.
line.
moving on. That was really good.
I
Suns
don't want
Lakers
to.
talk. You know,
I don't
sorry,
wanna-
Zach. We gotta do it. The
I don't
No, let's
wanna
go
do
talk
it.
to
next-
Knicks. That
the
shit was a great
next
series.
best story in basketball
I don't
right now,
wanna do it.
unfortunately, is
Fuck
the
Trae Young.
Clippers.
That was the best series.
Clippering again. That game series only went 5. It was entertaining, but it definitely wasn't
Man,
the best
that shit
series.
was-
We'll get to it.
They're
We'll get to
taking
it.
bows.
We'll get to it. Clippers, brink of elimination, brink of clippering again. Clippers shit. All the euphemisms and sayings we say every year are on the cusp of coming together again. I mean, this has been the fucking most stressful Clipper-esque fucking thing ever. Typical Clipper fashion. You think they should just walk through this team. I mean, drop the first two at home, burn it all down.
I told y'all how y'all was gonna lose the series, and it's kind of going on.
Win the next two on the road, feeling like $1 million. Coming into the game 5 night before, Lakers just got blitzed by fucking 30. You're feeling like you're gonna take the town back over again. That's what all the tabloids want to tell you, at least. And you go out there and in typical Clipper fashion, you squander game 5. I don't think I've ever seen this team win a fucking game 5 a day in my life. And you send it back to Dallas now, where the road team has won every single game so far. We're headed into game 6, 5 for 5 on road fucking teams winning. I mean, I don't know.
This would be the first time in history that you would go 6 games in an NBA series with the road team winning every game. I believe I saw that. I could be wrong, but I do believe that's true.
That doesn't sound like it's gonna happen.
I don't even know what to think in the series anymore. Going into game 3, I was just hoping that we were fighting, kind of feel like I am today. I said, just show me some fight. If the season's going to end, it's going to end. And then the 3 and 4, they completely flipped my mood. And I went into game 5 riding high as ever, thinking we're burying them. They can't beat us. We figured them out. Chess matches go each way. Fucking Terrence Mann doesn't shoot a layup. Oh, I love the kid. He had the layup, the game-winning layup. And now I'm going back to Dallas, and all I can think is, I just want to pray, man. That's all I got. I got no insight. I got no analysis left. I got no numbers left for you. I got prayers. I got nothing.
I got a question. First. Has Ty Lue been a good coach or a bad coach in this series?
I think he's been good.
Terrence?
I don't think he is the man for the job. But he got the job.
How do you think he's coaching this series is the question, not if you think he should have been the Clippers coach 8 months ago.
He's running against a Hall of Fame coach. He's losing the battle.
That's not answering my question. Has he been a good coach or a bad coach? It's not about Rick Carlisle.
Yes, it is.
How has Ty Lue
Yes, it is. Damn it, don't ask me the question. Let me answer it my own way. Rick Carlisle, when you're coaching against someone else. Like, he's getting out-coached. It's obvious. Okay. He is not making matchups and decisions that have impacted the Mavs to really change a lot.
That's what I'm looking for.
He's hoping the Mavs miss. That's not adjusting anything. That's just hoping guys miss shots.
I think he made 2 good adjustments, and then he forced
the Batum adjustment was nice. That was nice.
Batum, we went the 2 small ball lineups, those 2 changes in games 3 and 4, and then I think Carlisle adjusted back with Boban. He started Boban, which gave us fits to start that game, and I think it's his opportunity again to move his chess piece back now. We'll see if he moves it or if he sticks with the small ball. It's his turn.
But I don't think he's been bad, though. I don't think he's been bad.
Right. I was going to say,
he's getting out-coached.
Yeah, I don't think they're mutually exclusive things. Like, I think he's done well. I think he's made adjustments that have helped the team. I think what Terrence said is 100% true. He's going up against a Hall of Fame coach who's also making the adjustments that are making his team better. And, I mean...
And they also have the best player on the floor.
I will say where Lue is losing points is like we all keep saying it. Just commit to something. Commit to letting Luka score 70 or like commit to one thing or the other. But quit trying to outsmart Luka. Quit trying to do that because you're not going to do it. You won't do it. I promise you. You're not going to do it. Quit trying to outsmart him and think at certain points in the game, okay, I'll switch it up at this point in the game and I'll run these coverages at him because he sees it. At the second somebody flinches towards that cover, Luka sees it and it's wraps.
I think you're 100% right, Terrence.
He
absolutely
plays
nailed
like
it right in the center of the dartboard. I told you guys in game 3 or game 4, I said Rick Carlisle is in his bag right now coaching this series. Like, he's in his bag. His team came out hot and he just let them be hot in games 1 and 2. He's like, I'm not touching this. It's so goddamn hot. I'm not touching it. Then when the Clippers bounce, then he knows the Clippers are coming back with the chess piece and he does the Bobby move and they lose. He saves Bobby and Dwight Powell. Dwight Powell has been so good for them at the end of this fucking series. Yeah. And he didn't even play for like 3 games. It's like he saves other pieces that were like, I don't need you yet. I know he's
not playing his aces yet.
Because he's not scared to bench guys.
And it's like those guys, and respect to those guys too for understanding that a Hall of Fame coach always has a plan in mind. Like this, Rick Carlisle, Dwight Powell plays a lot of minutes all year. He was big for them. It was heartbreaking when he tore his ACL last year in the bubble. Like this, it was brutal. This guy is a big piece of their team.
They missed him a lot.
Yes, they missed him so much. They could have won a lot more games this year if he was healthy in the season. Like, he's a big piece for them. He's grown into a good shooter. We know what he could do. And it's like people forgot he was fucking rostered in this series for 2-3 games. And it's like, that's just Hall of Fame type of shit. Like, I agree, Terrence. Like, I don't know if he's bad. I'll say he can be better. Lue can be better. But at the end of the day, he's fucking getting out coached by a Hall of Fame coach. And this is a teaching moment on the fly for you, Lou. Like, this is a big learning moment on the fly. And I know you got a ton of playoff games as a head coach under your belt. I get that. But this man is better than you right now. And you need to fucking battle back.
You know
and
what?
I think you guys are right. I'm just saying, I don't think, like, I think he is getting out coached, but it's like, I don't know if I'm going to be like, Lou wasn't the guy for the job for this or whatever, just because somebody's better than him at this moment. Like we said, he's a Hall of Fame coach. It's not like, with all due respect to Mike Budenholzer, it's not like Mike Budenholzer is out coaching Ty Lue. It is Rick Carlisle. And like, I got to accept some of that. Like, fuck, he's a great coach who's been around this game forever. He's going to have shit for Ty Lue. He's going to have shit for me.
He's the same as Doc, though. They didn't get another X and O guy, though. Like,
I don't think he's the same as Doc. I think he's already proved that he's willing to make more adjustments.
No, like what I mean by like they're the same as Doc, like these guys are still more like player coaches who are just
motivators,
motivating guys. Like, be it Brad Stevens didn't work out, but I kind of do like the fact that Brad Stevens was drawing up plays. Though. Like,
I think it's a little harsh to say he didn't work out.
Who, Brad Stevens?
Yeah, I didn't say he didn't work out. Harsh.
I think
that if Brad Stevens isn't a bad coach at all, his situation is just different. Oh no, that's not what I'm saying at all. No, Brad Stevens is, in a way, it didn't work out because he didn't win a championship with the expectations, but he still won a ton of games and he was a solid ass coach. So
I agree.
Yeah.
But to the Clippers, like, I don't know if Ty Lue was the wrong man for the job. Personally, when they hired him, I didn't think it was the greatest hire. But it made your stars happy, and ultimately those are the guys you need to be in the building. But Carlisle's out coaching him, and I don't understand why he won't commit to Zubac. Like, fucking play Zoo.
I don't think you should.
I think you should. Like, play him.
To me, I and numbers both say Clippers are getting scorched with Zoo on the court.
That's because they keep leaving Zoo on the island. That's stupid. Now, I don't want Luka to ever guard.
When Luka plays
Zoo
when Luka plays against a small ball lineup with Morris and Batum, we're crushing the Mavs in those.
And another guy.
I like
Rick Carlisle. Rick Carlisle would have been afraid to bench Marcus Morris.
Why would you bench him
so much? He hasn't played that well.
He's played very well since game 3.
Yeah,
he played really shitty in games 1 and 2.
I would have been bench Marcus Morris.
I don't want to expose you, but you did say the other night, like I haven't been watching the game. What's happening? Though you should have watched that game because he played well that game.
Okay, so I missed one game. So you don't want to expose me? I missed half a game.
But you're saying you're calling for a guy to DNP in the last 2 games. He's been really good. I
still will stand by my point. Just because I didn't watch half one game. I'm sorry, Clipper Nation. He's so sorry. No, I'm so sorry. I'm exposed that I didn't watch. And I did.
We didn't mean it like that.
He definitely meant it like that because you said it.
Because he's playing well, and you're like, he should be DNP. And I'm like, dude, he played really well.
You got the Marcus Morris tat. I get it. I still think he shouldn't play.
All apologies.
No apologies here. I'm not offended by your shitty statements.
All right, I can tell.
I wouldn't DNP. I'm saying the numbers and everything
DNP
says to me.
We're not speaking any other game since we didn't all watch the game.
I really didn't mean any offense by it.
59. No.
But I just think it's like he's played well. DNP sounds harsh. Like, it sounds super harsh to me.
He shouldn't play as much as he's done. But ride it out and enjoy Cancun then.
Oh, I'm nervous.
I am nervous. Here are the 2 questions. How do the Mavs win tonight? Like, how do the Mavs win? Is it
same way they've been winning? Their star is the best player on the floor.
Just give it to them and spread out.
Yeah, it's like role players don't like.
What? Like Luka is Braun with a jump shot.
Because I feel like the Clippers
could do it all.
When I ask how do the Clippers win, it's going to be let Luka cook. So it seems like they both have the same game plan, which is kind of crazy to me, right?
No, the Clippers win by stopping Luka and forcing Luka to just have a tough game. Even if Luka cooks, he needs to have a tough game.
You need your like good defenders on.
You need to score 40, but it needs to be a tough 40.
And we got to get him tired. Like, here's the thing: they got to he's just trying to hide
in
the
too
corner.
Good. He's gonna cook no matter.
He's trying to hide in the corner on defense. Make him come get in that screen and bump bodies with somebody strong and have to fight.
He's guarding Marcus Morris.
And that's what I'm like. Well, at least have Mook come set a screen and switch him on to Paul so Paul can get him moving and bumping with somebody. Like, he's just hiding. He's just hiding in the corner. Like, that's an adjustment that just got to be made.
The announcers, especially like your color commentators, guys who have been in series, they say it every elimination game. They're like, it's extremely hard to eliminate a team, to close out a team, especially a good team. We all consider the Clippers a good team. I don't know if they're great. I don't know if they're championship material. We definitely consider them a good team. if you're Dallas's like role players tonight, you have to continue to shoot with that confidence you shot with all series. Do not come into the game like, okay, I have to be on point tonight because it's the elimination game. Like you need to come in like just fucking.
I think the guys that are like that is a Clippers.
You know what I mean? Yeah,
I think that mindset's in every Clippers shooter head. I think the Mavs have nothing to lose, and Luka's playing out of his mind. We're not even supposed to beat this team. He's a young superstar, and we got these cats shook right now.
That's what's good about what's good about Dallas. That's what's great about Dallas coming into an elimination game because an elimination game is so hard.
We talked about this 2 episodes ago. How could the Clippers lose? And I told you it'd be Luka being the best player on the floor and having his teammates fucking believe in it. Here we go.
Absolutely. They believe in it. Yeah, because at the end of the day, Terrence's first round upset projection was the Mavericks over the Clippers, by the way. That was the ultimate prediction.
Enjoy watching all the games.
Yeah. Hey, look, let's just get this out of the way, man. No one needs to be offended for the rest of the episode. I'm sorry.
We don't need
I'm sure Jake.
I really didn't mean like that.
We're moving on, dude. Let's next series.
I'm trying.
I'm
already going. I would say next best series was probably that Portland series. I think the West has been kind of crushing it with most exciting. Although Knicks and Hawks only went 5,
I would take
probably had like the best endings almost to every game would be Trae Young, just Trae Younging. I don't even know. Like I'm going to use him as a verb. I don't even like.
Every game was close, and those 2 teams literally don't like each other.
I really thought the Knicks
press conferences, Clint Capella was calling guys out. D Rose was like, "Yeah, we don't give a fuck about what you're talking about." That series was turned.
It was really good. I mean, Hawks are good. Hawks are looking good. I mean, I don't think they're going to beat any of the real teams over there, but I mean, they're definitely
going up against fucking Philly. If Philly don't got JoJo, if they don't got JoJo, the Hawks will beat
Philly in 5.
Without JoJo.
Shit, they might beat Joe in 6 because Joe ain't going to be healthy. The Hawks might win that series.
So I'm
committing to that now. The Hawks are winning that series. Hawks are winning that series. Ben Simmons will be in Portland. We'll do it right now.
If Joe can't go, right? Like, is that the asterisk?
Where's the check button? Guaranteed.
No, Joe's not healthy. Regardless, they're gonna lose that series.
I need the Terrence needs the
check button. It's written in blood. It's written in blood.
Doesn't matter. Bucks and Nets are coming out that conference anyway. It really doesn't matter.
That's gonna be a dogfight of the series, but
yeah. So you're saying the winner of Bucks Nets going to the finals?
Yeah, that's literally.
Yeah, I agree. I think I probably agree.
I agree. I would agree that. They're coming.
But the Hawks are going to win that series. If Joe is healthy, obviously.
Trae Young in the Eastern Finals against either Giannis or KD. That's kind of lit. Get swept.
What was the best? What was the best Trae Young? It's quiet as fuck in here. I'll see you in the A or the bow.
Nah, it's quiet as fuck in here.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I agree.
It's real fucking quiet. It's real
They'll
fucking
say fuck
quiet.
Trae Young. They'll say fuck Trae Young. He had a game winner. Say it's real fucking quiet here, bro. You're like the coolest guy I know right now. Like, that was awesome. Like what?
In the middle of Madison Square Garden with Spike Lee just standing right there. Just say it.
Hey, and this whole
bro, like Reggie Miller's an icon for going at that shit. Like, come on,
leaving the court early. Spike Lee leaving the game early. This whole shit, that shit is whack, by the way. You guys are all trash.
Spike Lee can leave whatever the fuck he wants.
No.
It's a player. He's not a player. He can do whatever he wants.
Listen.
Spike paid money to get in. He can do whatever the fuck he wants.
If Spike goes sit there on the court, toes on the wood, and talk his shit and be in my ear, motherfucker, you better watch the 000s and walk out with everybody else, you fucking mark. If you gonna sit here and make yourself a part of the action, then you gonna sit here and wait till fucking 000s like all of us.
I agree.
You should enjoy watching me. I think as a player, I would honestly enjoy more watching you leave. Thank you for giving me that. So what you got going for?
I'm telling Spike he a mark though. Like I would call him a mark. You're a mark.
I don't even need to.
That's just enjoy shit.
I don't even need to call you a mark because I just whooped your team in your building and you like, fuck, it hurt so bad. I got to leave 3 minutes early.
I had to get out.
I don't got to say nothing. I don't got to say nothing. I hope you turn back and I'm going to just wave at you and smile. Like, it's nothing to say.
Nice little wink.
Like, I'm on my Dame shit. Like, just wave them out, man. You don't need to say a thing. You know what happened. That's why you need
If I was a celebrity super fan and I had toes on the hardwood, you got me fucked up if I'm leaving early. I would never leave early. That's not in me.
That's how you turn into a meme because you just on the sideline.
I don't give a fuck. Then I'm a meme. Then we lost that night. But it's like Spike Lee makes himself a part of the action, but Spike Lee makes himself a part of the game with the way he likes to be like that. Then motherfucker, you can sit here and watch this shit too.
Early, I don't give a shit.
Jack ain't got toes on the wood yelling at players in their
he does.
ear. No, Jack like 2 rows back.
Oh, you
Stop.
sleep, dog. When it was the glory years, Jack was right there. What are you talking about? Jack used to catch bounce passes and throw it back in.
Standing there yelling at the ref and shit. Come on, dude.
I'm like, man.
And if Jack, I don't care.
Listen, if Jack leaving early, then he's a mark too. Don't tell Jack.
You guys got the Marcus fan in a history of fans. So
Who?
Frankie Muniz?
Clipper Darrell.
Oh God, we do. It's
no,
gross.
hey, Snoop just took over Marcus Fan when he tried to switch sides before the series was even over, bro. Snoop's now.
Snoop didn't switch sides, actually.
He said, "Let's go Clippers."
He said, "Let's go Clippers." Those words came out of his shit.
That's not switching sides. I think that was more disgust with his team. Like,
absolutely, it was. Absolutely,
like that man ain't rooting for you idiots. Like that man was sick to his stomach watching Drummond. Like,
I don't want you to.
He saw Drummond's jump hook and was like, "I can't fucking take this no more. Go Clippers at this point." Like, this nigga sucks. Like, what are we doing here?
He did.
Like, it was that bad. It was that bad. And like,
I agree.
Bro, they got beat by fucking 40 in that game. Like, that was so bad. And then they was down 30 in the next game and then had everybody scared somewhat. And then still got beat by what, 12?
Hey, we were definitely a little scared in the chat. We all were like, oh shit, it's happening. It's happening.
I'm still
it felt like it was about to happen, dude. It felt like that comeback was about to happen.
To me, it was just that Laker team was so bad that you couldn't move mountains to make it happen. Like, it was too egregious.
They can't score. Okay, so I'm not gonna say Atlanta over Philly. If Ben I almost said if Ben Embiid, I put them together, made one super basketball player.
That'd be a fucking nice ass basketball player.
If Joel Embiid plays, I'm taking.
If he's healthy, they win the series.
Filthy. Yeah. I can't speak to that.
If JoJo's finishing,
he got to be 100% healthy though.
No one's 100%. He got to be good.
And
you know,
he got to be good. He got to give me.
Got to be good to go.
You give me 25.
Farewell.
Honestly, I'm scared because Terrence has been money this postseason.
I genuinely feel like they might go home.
He's been money.
Healthy.
We were down.
Fellas, no joke.
Clippers were down 2-0, and Terrence called like this is not done.
Literally woke up at 9 a.m. was like, by the way, I think you guys might win 4 straight, and we rattled off 2 dominant wins, and I was like, okay.
So I really
that one might not be looking. Well, that one was.
He's Scott Tradamus right now, bro. He's Scott Tradamus. I really
no, but still, we bounced back. We punched back though. We punched back in those 2 games, and we were like, damn.
Y'all don't want to know how I feel right now.
I know.
I don't know though. Like, I also got a lot of villains going on with my whole conspiracy theories as well. So. But Clint Capella got something for him though. Like, he's an established player in the playoffs. He played all those years with James Harden. He played against the Warriors. He played all those big games. Like, he's no chump. Like,
I agree with that.
He played against Joel.
For JoJo, barbecue.
He's no chump. He got something for JoJo. John Collins is a nice ass piece. Got something for Ben.
Guarding JoJo, barbecue.
No, fuck no.
Ben,
if John Collins is on JoJo,
bro, the basketball hoop guards Ben. You're good. That'll take care of itself.
No, you got to guard Ben still.
But Ben's blocking. But
Ben's gonna guard himself.
Ben still pushes tempo if you allow him to.
Facts. I can agree with that.
He can control tempo.
You got to control that part of his game. 100% have to.
But if he can guard Trae Young, then it's over. Like, that's a big dude. If he can literally stand in front of Trae Young, I will say that right now. If he can stand in front of Trae Young, cancel Christmas. That might be a sweep thing because it's like, bro, you 6'10" and can really move
strap in on my guard like that. That's tough. That's
terrifying. And then please, Portland, trade everything to get him because I just let Dame off ball. Then if that's the case, oh my god. I want that to happen.
The deeper that series goes, the more Ben will guard himself. It's like almost happens all the time. The teams adjust to Ben after they see him a couple times in a row in the playoff series, and all of a sudden Ben is very.
Because did you guys see
that he need to do something.
What's the Knuckleheads podcast? It might have been when Rondo was talking. Whatever.
No, I think it was all the smoke. I think it was.
It was all the smoke part. Yeah, it was with them. He was talking about just not giving a fuck. Like, you got to get to the point of your career.
They asked him how he started to get so good at shit. Yeah. He said, put up a bunch of stops and stop giving a fuck.
Yeah, and like that's really how it is. And that's what they was like. Is that holding Ben Simmons back? And it's like most likely. He's like, just who gives a fuck, bro?
Gives a fuck? Let it fly.
You're one of the best players in the world. Everybody that's telling you can't shoot, sitting at home, so they can't shoot.
I was about to say, and they really can't fucking shoot.
So let it fly, because your coaches is paying you to do this shit. So, well, your organization and so forth. But shoot the shit and don't give a fuck.
Staying east, I do want to get into Nets and Bucks a little bit.
That's a terrifying series. That's your
Yeah, I know Terrence had Bucks as champions.
I still like them.
It was my first round upset with Miami. Obviously, went up in flames, pun intended.
You idiot should have got
like
fucking
Bucks.
James Harden. Tyler Hero shit.
Yeah, I kind of like Bucks. I'm not gonna lie, but it also might be wishful thinking on my end.
I like Bucks.
I don't, I'm kind of torn because like motherfucker KD really.
Drew Holiday's the X factor though. He got to be able to put them things on somebody. If he
Kyrie or Harden gotta be difficult.
Kyrie or Harden, one of them boys.
I agree with you 100%.
Can't guard two people, so fuck trying to put them on both. Guard on one of them and just
make one of them have a tough series. Make it hell for him.
I think Kyrie. I'll put him on Kyrie.
But Kevin Durant is really that guy, and it's like
so
I just ooh.
No one in the world has anything for that man. Like that's been proven for year after year after year after year. When healthy, it ain't a soul in this world that has anything for Kevin Durant.
Zach, give me Nets Bucks. What do you liking?
You know,
you about to shit on my Bucks.
You know damn well I don't believe in Giannis. Like you know damn well this is the iconic moment where he's gonna go down again.
My boy Chris Middleton gonna ball in games 1 and 2, and then 3, 4, 5. It's gonna be like Chris, no.
Who guarded him?
We all think this series. Who Giannis?
Yeah, who guarded Giannis?
KD.
Oh
my god.
I love KD, but what?
I wish I could mean that Terrence is
what?
I love KD.
I don't know if he's got anything for him.
Hey,
you asked me who's doing it.
Blake and Nico. Blake and Nico on the help.
Foul trouble.
Bro, what are we doing? This is Giannis.
Blake
this
on
is the
help
most
sounds,
closest thing.
Blake on help sounds like fucking dunk
I
bait.
seen Blake on help. That's what he's good at. That's the only shit he good at is Blake on help. Blake on an island is barbecue rotisserie on a Sunday.
That's their best choice. Jeff Green can maybe check him.
No.
But if you're gonna put KD on him,
that's a side dish with Blake.
No. KD is a good rotation shot blocker. He is light in the shorts, trying to guard the closest thing to Orlando Shaq. You out your mind. Giannis is go.
KD about to lock. I'm
on the Terrence Scott wagon.
And are you asleep? Have y'all seen Giannis is starting to get that turnaround? Cancel Christmas is Giannis.
Stop. He's not. We think he is.
Get that turnaround.
We think he is. But
keep sleeping on it. Keep sleeping on it.
For sure. I'm on a sleep mattress.
2 Ambiens.
Whatever.
2 Ambiens.
I'm committing to it. Bucks. I already committed to it. Bucks winning it.
I like Bucks though. I do like Bucks. I kind of do like Bucks.
Come to play, dude.
Listen,
Dante, is he done for the season? Damn, I think he might be done for the
season. I like my boy Middleton.
If this series is as close as we think it's going to be,
another cat just like him, that's true. I like Connaughton.
If this series is as close as we think it's going to be, and it's going to come down to who. So it's gonna come down to 7 with all these games we assume being very close.
I hear you.
I know. People are gonna be trading clutch moments and clutch baskets for clutch moments and clutch baskets. Who the fuck do I trust more than KD and Harden or Giannis and fucking Middleton? Because I trust Middleton now. You know I was a non-believer, but I trust that motherfucker. He's nice. I don't trust Giannis.
You made
late
good
in the
points.
Series. Yeah, like I don't.
I'm like,
when Giannis is at the line, Giannis is going to be at the line a couple times late in these series, down 1, down 2, up 1, up 2. And he's going to be splitting shit, and we're going to be fucking vomiting. Like, come on, Giannis. Why are you splitting these still? That shit gonna happen. Why are you missing a layup down fucking one?
What do you got, Scottradamus?
You're right, Zach. You're right. But the Oracle says Bucks in 6 to avoid that scenario because you are absolutely right.
Yeah.
They get the game 7, boy. Oh boy.
You on an island with 3 dogs and they gonna all eat. You don't want that. So yes, I agree with that.
What you need, I'll tell you right now, just much like you said, Luka's the best player, and Luka's boys know he's the biggest dog in the park right now, the baddest dog in the park. They know he's the best player in this series. And that's why they're so confident. Giannis, if Giannis comes out first 2-3 games head on fire, and all of a sudden everyone around him believes KD's done, he's old, Harden's too ISO, this is the best man on the floor, and they start making shots the way the Mavs are making shots, the Nets can be in trouble. I can guarantee you that much right now.
Yeah,
and play Brook Lopez. Do not go away from that. I think that's how they beat the Nets. Beat the shit out of them. Like, just bang these fools. They're small. Bang these fools. Bobby Portis.
He's so good.
Like, I might fuck around and put Giannis sometimes at small forward. Like, we're going to bang these cats. Like, because Giannis can move around. Like, I couldn't run around. Because also, Brook can shoot the shit out of the ball, and so can Bobby Portis now. Bobby can shoot the hell out of the ball now, actually. So, like, you could run legitly, go, like, Middleton, Drew,
Giannis, Bobby, and Brooke for little stretches and just bang these cats.
That's a big squad right there. With
That's
shooting
a big
still.
squad. And the opposing
shooting.
squad's going to look like, and what Steve's going to have to do in his best lineup he's going to put out there is what? Nico, Blake, KD, Harden, and Kyrie. Like,
or try to outscore and go small.
Yeah,
right. Or you go
good
small,
luck with that.
and you take Nico, and then you go
Joe
small.
Harris
You take
out
Nico
there.
off the floor. You insert Joe Harris, and now KD and Blake are my bigs. Like that chess matchup, and like depending on which team does what, and how that works out, and which team wins those minutes, and which big or small lineup wins those minutes, huge, very huge.
Great stuff.
If
Great
the
stuff
bigs
here.
can knock down shots, that series would go Bucks in my opinion, because it's no way you can counter them going that big. Like, yeah,
That's
you
got
could
me
try to
hyped for this.
outscore them, but if those guys is knocking down shots, they're going to be getting more rebounds than you. They're going to be getting stops in the paint. And on top of it, you're going to force KD and Harden and all them to have to play out of position, and they can pick up fouls doing that. If I'm the Bucks, I'm going to try to go with like the Lakers
brutal
did with most
scenario,
teams.
yeah.
Just bang these cats out, and we're just going to go huge.
A brutal scenario for them too is like they can go huge, so that way defensively it's clogged, it's hard. These great jump shooters, but offensively, Brooke is not going to like clog it. Like Brooke has got a fucking clip. So it's like
And so
you
does
allow
Brooke.
Brooke.
I mean, so does
you
Bobby.
allow Brooke and Bobby, you know, with both of them if they're on the court or whatever.
Both in the
mix is.
corners.
And then now you have Giannis with like no rim protection, and Giannis able to get downhill. Giannis able to do Giannis drive, kick to the bigs. Like that can be some barbecue scenario. That shit can get in trouble there. That's what's so great about top level basketball like this is like that's where the coaching
And
matchup
Bud's
comes
coaching
in.
for
The
his
Budenholzer
job,
versus
so.
Nash. Yeah, the Bud versus
time.
Nash coaching,
like you're
like we
Terry
just talked
Stotts right
about with Ty Lue and Rick Carlisle. Like that's where like the deep coaching really gets into these series, because that's what that like you're gonna have to chess match that up, because they're gonna try to get that going. The Bucks are
I'm
gonna
going
want to
big.
get
I'm-
Giannis
that's
downhill.
like- I'm going big. Like that's
It
the
almost
best way
works
to do
both
it.
ways if you go big, because then you're allowed defensively to be so anchored at the rim, but they're so not
'Cause,
big
like,
offensively.
If you
can
go
really
that
spread.
big,
Even if guys is getting cooked, we still got trees at the rim. Like,
Absolutely.
okay, Kyrie said he, but damn, you got to go finish over 7 foot unless you knocking down jump shots. And if this is a long night,
You guys
of
got
golf,
me
anytime guys
juiced.
just knocking
You
jump
guys got
shots
me
down.
juiced for this series.
but
I'm not gonna lie.
I'd rather live
This is gonna
trying
be
to
the
make
second round
Kyrie and Harden and KD beat me off their jump shots and have to finish over trees, and then we go down the other floor get easy baskets because y'all not big.
Yeah.
That's the way, man. Fucking Bud, come on, dude, do it this way, and we'll be in the Eastern Conference Finals. All right.
We
This
Bucks-
game
I
plan
already
is-
said
is-
Bucks. I already
listen,
committed.
fear the deer. Fear the deer.
I committed
This-
early this season.
This
That's
whole
my
game
boy.
plan for the
Come on,
Bucks, I feel you, and that's the game plan. But here's again the elephant in the room: is our prize horse Giannis going to be able to execute it and make the baskets and make
If
the
it ain't
decision
nobody at the
and
rim,
be clutch down
yeah.
the stretch? That's still to me. That's still the
But that's
big
what
elephant in the
Drew
room.
and Kid Middleton are for, though.
They're there to take some burden off of
Scratch
it.
his neck.
They're there to
You gotta
take
be-
some burden off it. And Middleton honestly surprises me every year. I remember when he
Bro
first
is
started
clutch,
hitting it.
actually. He's
When he
actually-
yes, he really is. He really is. And I remember when he
My
first
dog,
started
yeah.
hitting his peak, I was not a Middleton guy. I was like, I don't know, I'm not sure, but no, he is 1000%
I've been
a
on
great
that
player.
island for a while.
That's
Terrence
true.
Terrence was on him for a while. Jacob on him for a while.
I
Both
remember
of you guys were
arguing
telling
with
me I'm
you and
crazy.
Ty outside your
yeah.
damn apartment about
Yeah.
Chris Middleton. Y'all was like, he ain't no good. I'm like, what are we talking about?
Yeah, I was like, he's not it. But no, he's solid as hell, and he's
Okay.
clutch.
Suns.
Shout out to Westbrook though. Before we don't even get the shot.
Great year. Honestly, great year. Great year.
Yeah,
and
Brody-
he really
Respectable, Brody.
kind of was a situation where you felt like he could have packed it in. Excuse me.
Nah,
like,
that ain't in his DNA.
It is not, and he really played very hard for them and gave them everything he had, honestly, which was really cool to see. I got no diss on Brody at all.
Yeah, no.
Uh,
Brody.
got there.
Suns Nuggets second round is now a thing. How do we feel here? Because I kind of still like Nuggets, but I will say this: Michael Porter Jr. will be the fall of the Nuggets, because just like last game, he hits 5 shots early on, and then it's just tunnel vision the rest of the way. I felt like after
And
he
it's
had
jumper.
back.
The worst part is it's nice to have tunnel vision when you're feeling it, but jumper tunnel vision is
Oh,
detrimental to a team.
My guy
a
snaps
Michael
in that
Porter fan,
first
so-
quarter, and I'm like, oh, he's going crazy. And then every fucking time he touched it after that, it was like a just ridiculous contested jump shot. And I'm like, bro, how about you move it once or twice? What the fuck?
Or get to the rim. Like if you got
That's
tunnel
my
vision
thing,
tonight,
like,
get to the
that-
rim, put it on the
that's
floor.
the
A couple
he
times.
evolution.
will be the
You gotta
death of
start
that
getting
team.
to the rim.
He will be the death of that team because he'll get hot early and
They
then
don't
just,
need to win anyway. Get Jamal back. Y'all need Porter Jr. to take these lumps right now and do this dumb shit so you can get that out of him.
that team is
'Cause next
still
year
good enough
is
to make a
dangerous.
run without Jamal Murray. Do not tell me you don't need to win. They are
I don't
good
think
enough.
they can win a
If you-
championship.
Not a
They're good.
championship.
They're good enough to give it a run, though. To give it a run,
I don't
I'm
think
telling
so.
you, and put it on Joker's back and let the cards fall where they may, man. It can't hurt
In the
trying.
West, they probably could beat the Clippers if y'all advance. Though.
Yeah, I'm saying. I'll tell you. No, it's Suns. It's Suns.
Yeah, you just said it. My bad. They
Suns
lose to the
and
Suns, though. They're gonna lose to the Suns.
I like the Suns.
I don't know though because
Ayton should better hold that down.
I don't know. Here's the thing. Here's what's making me still feel Denver. We assumed as soon as Jamal Murray went down, they were crumbling.
Facts. I love Monte Morris.
And the ship hasn't even just stayed afloat. The ship is sailing, bro. Like they're handling, like they're playing great high level basketball with Joker.
They got the MVP.
That's what I'm saying. So
and
it's
he is
like
the MVP.
I kind of got belief in that. I do have some belief in that. And I just I see this going 6 or 7 too. I don't think
I see Booker shooting these guys' eyelids out.
Man, he could though. He could. I think it's gonna be good. I could see it going.
They got defenders for him though. That's the thing though. They got.
I got it going 6-7.
I think Joker is going to be hard on Ayton. He's just so savvy. Got that veteran savviness.
He's not gonna lock
Ayton's
that up.
young. It could be a learning moment for Ayton. But
I mean,
the
a
thing
lot
is,
of foul trouble.
Like the Suns have CP3
love
in this
Cam
series,
Johnson, too.
and it's like I do too.
I
And it's
told you that, like game 2.
that
They tried to kill him yesterday.
nonstop calming presence of the point guard, and Jokic gives them that in Denver as well. And I think Mike Malone gives them that actually in a sense.
Yeah,
as a
I love
coach,
Mike
too.
Malone.
He's
Great coach.
very calming. He's like his team never feels out of the moment, like the game's getting away from them. They always kind of feel in it. I think that's important, but I think it's something about the way CP3 does it from the point guard position, the way he can like bring you together and try to calm it down and try to steer the ship. I kind of like that to be like the overcoming factor in this series almost. And then you allow Booker to just go like he just did against Lakers. Like Booker, go. You get the ball, like Chuck and Shaq said, get the ball, get the fuck out of my way and go. And then when the game starts to get hairy, CP3 kind of has that calming presence. I think that's going to be huge in this series.
I love that about Booker. Booker also is one of those guys. I'll shoot it 40 times before we lose this game.
And not give a fuck and not give 2 fucks.
Maybe I'm old school, but like you're my best player, bro. These guys aren't. Please shoot it 40 times and try to win the game for us.
I don't want no more bullets when you come back to the locker room. I want them all. Use every bullet you got.
We paid you $100 trillion for a reason. That guy gets paid 10 million. Like, please shoot every shot.
Booker has that like I'm angry, kind of like just fucking.
He has that like old game in him. Like y'all don't give me enough respect.
Yeah,
like
and
I ain't an all-star. Y'all don't think I'm somebody.
Then,
like they said, it was a superstar moment. Like what? I am a superstar. Y'all just didn't know.
When he finally put the Lakers to bed yesterday, what was he was saying? Like what? And then he turned around and said, "That's what I fucking thought." And I'm like, yeah, more of that. Like all of that. Give me all of that. You know, when you put that. Y'all was clowning my boy Crowder. I really didn't have much more. Y'all was clowning my boy Crowder. With LeBron had him in the post in game 2, like what? I don't fucking hear you now. Like
he's got that same like we talk about Walker Buehler, where Walker Buehler sits on the mound and it's almost like he's just grabbing his dick, like fuck you, motherfucker, I dare you to hit me. Like he's got that, and it's like that's what I get from Devin Booker out there. He's like, I don't give a fuck. Like I'm gonna shoot this bitch 40 times. I'm gonna shoot it right down your eyeball, and I'm gonna fucking bang it, and then I'm gonna talk shit until you get the fuck out of here and go home.
The craziest thing I got that vibe a lot
from him.
I get that vibe from him
coming out of
he gets
college.
his career.
Like, dude went to a fantastic school. Obviously, he went to Kentucky, and that team was stacked. And he came off the bench, but let them.
How crazy!
Like that's how I do. He was a bucket, bro. It's like y'all could go out there and play. I only need like 8 shots, 9 shots to get some scoring. Like I'm cold.
Calipari was like, you get 8. You're getting 16 minutes a game. He's like, fucking bet. Like,
cool. I'll average 15. Like, I'll get 15. Like that's easy money. Yeah. But Chris Paul is a calming force as well. Like I hate on that man all the time, but that's the point guard. Definitely
really knows how to get the troops in order. He really does.
Absolutely. He's on every point guard tutorial ever. Like, dude is just the man when it comes to like calming people down.
I love the lip reading we're getting. I love the isolation shots after the big buckets that we're getting this way. And when Chris Paul hits a big shot to force the Laker timeout down the stretch last night, you caught the great one. You better ask about me. And I'm like, yes, injected.
Like that had to feel good to send Brown home for CP.
Absolutely. They're going to be on the next banana boat talking some shit for sure.
I think that's every series. I can't believe we just got through all of them. That was good. The Nets Bucks right there. I mean, you guys got me juiced on that Nets Bucks talk. You guys really broke that down. I'm like juiced to watch that series. I'm not going to lie to you.
I'm so scared.
That it sucks that's second round because that might end up being the best Eastern
Terrence
Conference
Scott,
series.
How do you think me and Zach feel? I tried my best to just give a smile through this whole episode, but right underneath this, it's just terrifying. I'm just sheer terror.
It's got to go 7. No series wins 7.
I sure hope
this
so,
one's going 7.
I sure hope so, bud.
No series wins
I
7.
thought I froze and got kicked. I agree. No series
wins
has
7,
got.
right?
I don't think so. Not yet.
Not in the first round.
I don't know.
This is the only one that's left, right?
It's
What else is
excruciating.
left?
No, that's
Yeah,
it, right?
it's just us. It's just us.
Yeah, this is going 7.
It's
I can see this going
absolutely
7.
excruciating. It's like
Hey,
this every time.
this-
This organization never makes it easy. Put some respect on 1-3's name.
He's been consistent. You guys got to get him this series win because he's been consistent. Like no duds
so
really
good
in this
He's been
series.
so
It's
good
like
this series.
like y'all got to get him this series, dude.
The worst he had
I
was he
don't
got
know
into
what
foul
to
trouble
do.
2 nights ago.
I
That
don't
was
know
it.
what to do, man.
And then the 2 turnovers
All
the other
right,
night too. Like down the stretch.
last thoughts on this Clippers Mavs. Come on, last thoughts. Tell me what's going through your mind right now. How are you feeling? Raw
How am
reaction.
I feeling?
Like
If
that.
I'm being honest, how am I feeling? And it's so cynical. Paul hasn't had a bad game yet in the series, and I'm terrified.
Yeah, I feel that.
You know,
Terrence Scott,
I
how
low-key
you
feel
feeling?
like y'all going home today, bro.
know.
I know.
It's so tough to keep winning on a road like this.
And it's so us to not take advantage of the opportunity of the people who are talking shit about you in the same city when they go down
Exactly.
to not take advantage of that. It's so us to do that.
My
If we're just gonna get into
It's
My-
your time and you still piss it away. Like
my
so us.
optimistically,
That's so us.
which is still a pessimistic view at the same time view of it. I would think the Clippers typically, knock on wood, have actually got through the first round a lot recently when they've been there for the most part.
I do think you win tonight, you win the series.
I could just see us winning tonight in a battling, grueling game, grinding out game 7, and then going into Utah completely exhausted and losing in 5 and just becoming the Clippers yet again.
I think you win
I could see that so
like
badly.
11 in game 7 if you win tonight. But that's looking ahead. Like I do think if you win tonight, though, you probably win game 7.
My gut feeling is that I'm gonna have a very stressful weekend, and I will be watching basketball Sunday afternoon. And
Before we get off this, fuck everybody that hits you guys up though. Oh, that Clippers shit. Zach showed how he had 300 text messages when the Clippers.
that's
lost.
every
Like,
time,
that
bro.
is-
That's every time.
Every time,
That's
brother.
some loser
That's
shit. Like,
300
new.
messages. It ended up being the message shows 11 tweets. By the time I got to my phone after work, that was like barely when I got done with work and sat down.
You know, a
for
lot of
beer.
that probably was like our group chat as well. Though.
I would say it said 300 messages of bullshit, hater, troll shit. It was probably 80 to 120 of the 300 was
That's
hater,
insane.
bullshit.
That's insane, bro.
Between hater, bullshit, trolls, and then multiple people exclamation troll bullshit in the group chat where I'm in it, like all that shit.
Slide.
Probably 80 to 120, about half of it, or a little less
That's
than half
that's
was
like-
bullshit.
Live
And
from
then
the
it was
Clipper fan.
15, ended up 15 tweets, and probably 8 or 9 of those tweets were that. Not to mention, again, people hitting up my girlfriend because I didn't respond to them. Those same people hitting up my girlfriend to show me something like
So
that.
did
Type
Zach
of,
see the game? No, I didn't see the game.
that caliber. Zach's not entertaining me. Make sure you show him this. Like that caliber troll is what and I want you to know right now, every single one of them is a Laker fan. So when I'm on there talking shit about Laker Nation, it's because it is Laker Nation who does it to me. It's not random basketball
Well, I
fans.
will
I can
say-
promise you, every single one of them that does it is a Laker fan. So yes, those
That's
of
so
you
man.
who troll and only hit me up on those nights, and then like I said, it's quiet as fucking here on Twitter when we win those games. Those of you who only hit me up on nights we lose, you suck. Those of you who talk basketball with me every game, Laker and Clipper game, I love you and don't ever change. And you guys know who you are.
Because like it's funny how everybody's on Twitter right now talking about like, oh, it's sad to see LeBron. Everybody talk shit about LeBron. But it's like the same people be the same ones talking shit. Keep that same energy. That's why I'm
Yeah,
trying to
all
tell
the
y'all,
time.
do not talk shit like that. And
Yeah,
then because
stay in
when
your
your
lane.
favorite player loses, you ain't gonna want people talking like that.
I
So
don't
just
even like
mind
saying
your
it like
shit.
this, but y'all talk shit when Paul George went through 2 shoulder surgeries and struggled in the playoffs. You were
Bro, it was
all
a meme when his leg was
Bra-
snapped.
graved, fucking buried him in a grave. Then through fucking 7 shots, you buried dirt on him again. Through 4 quarters of a series, you buried dirt on him again. And what did you guys get? Your star player gets injured and you get bounced in 6. Stay in your lane in the playoffs. Do not worry about another team until your team is solidified and okay. You know what I mean? Like that's just, it's not a good look. And now you're sitting there looking like you did. Like
I was saying
Don't-
this. Clippers and Laker fans arguing with each other right now. We look like 2 bums scrapping over a piece of cheese in the street. Like we both suck right now. We're both sad, dude. We're both down bad. Like y'all going home. We're going home. We suck. You suck. You're homeless. I'm homeless. We're both fighting. Like, we both suck. We're two hobos scrapping for a piece of cheese in the street right now. How about we just worry about ourselves and split that piece of cheese down the middle? Like,
that's funny because the NBA does feel
on.
like it is transitioning to its newer generation, and you got these older guys like fighting over something. It's like, yeah,
for what?
The game already ended though, guys. What
They're
are you
going
fighting
to
over?
Cancun. We're in the fucking Cabo next to him, the little fucking suite right next to him on the beach possibly tonight. I ain't got shit to say to nobody.
Yeah.
I'm terrified for y'all, but good luck.
That's what cracks
me up. Win or lose
I
tonight?
sent that picture of all those messages, and it's like, how can you have so much to say to me when your team lost by 35 the night before, and you turned your phone off? Like you were nowhere to be found on Twitter. I couldn't reach you in a group message. You had nothing to say the night before when your team lost by 30, but I got 300 messages tonight. When what the fuck you got to say? What the fuck you got to say? Shut your goddamn mouth. Yeah, like shut your goddamn mouth. Like I'm not trying to hear.
I don't need that kind of negativity in my life. I'd be hitting
win or lose tonight. Thank you, Clippers, for always giving
only talk
something
positivity.
to talk about.
That's not even a word.
It's never a dull moment with you, Clippers. So win or lose tonight. Thank you for at least giving me.
That's why I call y'all like my Lions, man.
100%.
Win or lose. I know we probably gonna lose, boy, but it's gonna be some entertaining shit. That game is never gonna fail. Y'all don't get blown out either. Like y'all never get blown out.
We either win by 14, we win by 14, or we lose by 3. That's our MO.
Everyone just wait. That third quarter, that's the cue. That's the key for the Clippers. Will they have that 5-minute drought?
4 to 6 minutes
in the third
quarter.
If they avoid that and they play a good, clean third quarter, they're gonna win that game. They're gonna. If they allow the other team to bring a lead, destroy our big lead, or to build one on us in that 5-minute stretch in the third, we're in trouble.
We didn't talk about this, but lastly, before we go, Kawhi, what the fuck was that shot in the corner?
I promise you that was not the play. I can guarantee you
that. I don't give a damn
going over JoJo
if that was the play. That was stupid falling out of bounds. Like, what are you doing?
With like 8 seconds on the clock, bro?
Rondo wanted to fire on him. Like,
that's why Rondo's
swing the ball and get
like,
something better.
What the fuck?
See, because you're talking about how we were talking about before, how you could press a star. Rondo could press the star. Like, absolutely could go in the locker room.
Bro, I wanted to tell you guys this. I meant to tell you this last pod before. I want to tell you this funny-ass Rondo story they were talking about. Obviously, Rondo and the Mavs didn't turn out well. Him and Carlisle got in a lot of arguments and butted heads.
Oh, yeah, you did.
So I guess it's a thing. Like, Rick Carlisle fucking is, like, amazing at Connect 4. And I guess Rondo's really good at Connect 4 too. So they were having like these epic duels and like Rondo was beating him. So Carlisle was getting really mad. And then Rondo was kind of flaunting it around the locker room that he could beat Carlisle on Connect 4. So that like caused some weird disdain. And then I guess Rick Carlisle like has a parking spot and he pulls up to the practice facility one day and there's somebody parked in bro's parking spot.
And it's Rondo? Oh,
yeah. And he comes in mad as a motherfucker. Get that shit fucking towed. Who's fucking there? Beep, bleep, bleep. Just pissed off. And Rondo's over there just laughing like, yeah, I parked there. It's me. Like, just like how do you do that to your coach? Like why are you creating this weird toxic relationship? Like why are you big?
It was his first stop after Boston. He didn't know what he was doing.
So funny, bro. And it was like these weird chess mind games between Carlisle and Rondo, like just big dicking each other. And I'm like, this is too crazy and funny for me. Like Rondo, you're a real OG to like do this to your coach because I don't have the
real
balls
psychopath as well. That's
bro.
Dope.
Absolutely hilarious. Also super cool that Rick Carlisle is like apparently a god at Connect 4, but Rondo's like a demigod and even better. So I know. I was gonna say,
it sounds like Rondo sunned his ass and was like, "You ain't as good as you thought."
Right. I guess it was like a thing. Like Rick Carlisle will be serving out all the L's.
Crib, like,
yeah, and he's
pattern's better. Like,
bro, he's in bed at night, can't sleep because Rondo's got his number in Connect 4. One of the funniest stories I
should have been this way, not.
Shout out to Rondo too. They said he's been calling out Maverick plays and shit, and he played there 6 years ago. So shout out Rondo.
Yeah.
And that's his known deal that he knows like every team's plays like that. Like that's his shtick. Is he is an extreme scouter,
There's a
few players that be doing that, but that's
bribe
just
of the
cool.
They asked Carlisle like, how do you stop him from doing that? Well, we just stopped calling plays.
Yeah, he's like, we literally were like, fuck it, just go run some shit because this motherfucker got it figured out. Like.
Okay,
that's crazy though. That's crazy as hell.
I'm committing right now.
Finger sets now because he's over.
I'm committing to it right now. Clippers 113, Mavs 107. Clippers win by 6. I'm committing to it.
That's a Clipper cover. Good teams win. Great teams cover.
113, 107.
I don't care what Kawhi does, but I want to see the claw on defense.
Guarantee. 113.
I don't care what he does on that offensive end.
I'm gonna put it out there right now. I'm gonna tell you right now. You know who wins Game 6? Paul fucking George wins Game 6 for the Clippers tonight.
I like the
Watching
vibes.
Marcus Morris.
That boy from the six coming in. Eyes
Marcus
locked
Morris,
on the
30
prize.
piece
Like,
tonight.
yeah, I got us tonight. Don't trip. Like
30
I got
piece,
us tonight.
as in 3 for 10 from 3.
And 30 put on his head by Luka.
Right.
GG
Nice.
will be the player
Ding,
of
ding,
the game tonight.
ding. All right, boys.
I don't know
got
Reggie
the-
Jackson been playing well, but fuck it.
Shout out
As
Bobby
always, this is the other team. Mamba forever. Shit. Good luck.